Welcome to the Fantasy Throwdown Podcast. The Fantasy Throwdown Podcast. Bringing you the latest from the world of daily fantasy sports and gambling, so you can stop Googling how to join a squid game to cover all those parlays you thought were such a sure thing. Now, sit back and listen to one of the sharpest minds in the game. Here's your host, Dwayne Callender.
Okay, guys, quick recap for NBA playoffs today. We got a two-gamer on hand here. So first up, we have Milwaukee hosting Boston. Series tied 1-1. Chris Middleton still out. The Bucks basically got shut down in game two. Wasn't that surprised by Boston rallying and playing hard. I was a little bit surprised that they were able to be as effective guarding Giannis one-on-one. I don't necessarily see that being the case today. Playing at home, you got the home crowd. I like the Bucks to win. I'll be looking more at Giannis and Bobby Portis. We'll see on the Boston side how many folks I really want to roll with. But I think the way I'm going to play it tonight is expect the Warriors to be dominant in the late game. So from a DFS standpoint, I'm probably going to be heavy on this early game with the Celtics and Bucks and play more Bucks guys than Celtics guys, but maybe I'll end up with more Celtics players than even Warriors players in the nightcap. I'll get into my rationale for that, but just looking at the numbers here, the total is actually lower on the BucksCeltics game. So that's one thing to bear in mind. But the way these playoffs have been trending is the usage of certain players. So while the total may be higher, the Warriors have been spreading out their scoring, whereas the Grizzlies are more concentrated on Ja Morant. In the Celtics-Bucks series, you've got a lot of Giannis, and, he's just putting up numbers. Even if he was well-guarded in game two, he still was up over 20 points in that game. So it's not as though Boston truly figured it out. They just slowed him down enough that Giannis didn't completely bulldoze the game. But I just look at it from the standpoint of you've got a motivated Bucks team. They're going to be looking. They already got home court back. They'll take advantage of it. I think they win today, and they might win game four as well. I'm not totally convinced that Celtics offense is good enough to win a game against the road against this Bucks team, but we'll see. But I expect a strong response from the Bucks today. I do like them to win. They're favored by 2 points, 213 total. I'd be heavy on Giannis. As I said, Bobby Portis for DFS standpoint. And I'll probably mix in, one of Grayson Allen or Pat Connaughton. Pricing wise, they're in the same ballpark. Allen is 4,500. Connaughton is 3,400. But honestly, with the playoffs, the value has not really been there at all. So it's like, you're trying to find which stud is going to go off in these games and just ride with that stud. So I'll be playing a lot of Giannis. Drew Holiday is also potential at 8,100. We've been seeing builds on the DFS side where you go lower in the price range, still load up on a team, and that value build win over having one superstar in it and just going stars and scrubs. I may still lean more towards the stars and scrubs build. Just personally, I do think Giannis has a big game today. Portis, not too expensive. He's 6,100 on DraftKings. Jason Tatum's 10K. I can't see myself playing Jason Tatum today. That's one line where I think I'm probably going to be fading Jason Tatum, and if he beats me, he beats me. But I don't see myself going too crazy with that selection. And on the Boston side, I'll probably be playing more of that value play of like a Grant Williams at 4,200. You've got the Marcus Smarts of the world at 6,200. Al Horford's 5,900. Robert Williams, 4,800. I'll be probably playing those guys over Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown's 88K. I can't see myself paying that price tag necessarily on my main build. It'll still be in the player pool, but not necessarily the main build. The biggest thing here is the fact that I think in the Warriors game, you're more than likely going to see a case where the Warriors are comfortably winning this game. The line's 7.5. I think the Warriors win by double digits. While I do think Ja Morant is going to be the focal point of Memphis's offense, here's the issue. Without Dillon Brooks, who's suspended for the flagrant foul in Game 2 against Gary Payton Jr. that fractured his elbow, Memphis is going to struggle guarding Golden State. And one of the things they've been doing is having Dillon Brooks just chase Steph Curry around the court. I said this was going to hurt Dillon Brooks' offense, but they've been getting away with it because other guys have been able to step up. I think with Golden State having free reign of Steph Curry kind of stretching out the defense, it's really going to be a tall order for Memphis to stay close in this game. Yes, Ja should be able to get his points. That's why I feel very comfortable playing Ja and Steph Curry in basically all my lineups today. But outside of that, I think in this second game, I'm going lighter, mainly because I think the points end up getting very spread across all these players, especially on the Golden State side. And on the Memphis side, because I think they're going to be behind, you can't really play the starters. You'll be more in blowout time. So, yeah, like I said, quick episode today because, frankly, I do not want to be dallying too much in this Golden State game tonight. I'll be loading up on the early game. If we really don't get that close of a game back and forth, then, yeah, it's going to be a rough day to me because I'm going to be really heavy on this first game as opposed to the Golden State game. So, I'll leave it at that, but yeah, so let me get out of here. But yeah, my focus is on the Bucks today. I like the Bucks, and I definitely like Golden State to win comfortably over Memphis. So I probably even put in a pleaser line where I give points back to Golden State. So just because I think they win by double digits, so line 7.5. You can push that up to 10.5, and make it a Bucks line where they win by a slightly larger margin than 2 points. So you put it out to 5 or 6, and you go from there. So I'll probably have a bet along those lines as well. But you just to kind of cover myself. But yeah, that's all I got today. So best of luck, everyone, with the games. We'll do some coverage for UFC pay-per-view tonight, so that'll be coming up a bit later today, but that's all for now. Have a good one, and best of luck. Take care.
Thanks for listening to the Fantasy Throwdown Podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and all other major outlets.